It actually looks a little darker than it was earlier today. As the sun's setting, there's less sun coming in through the windows. We're going to be in our black jerseys again. So it'll be a little bit harder to pick out some of the players with how dark it is in here. And again, we do have some of the posts in our way, obstructing things, but this is the best view that we could get. And we can't really see down in that corner down there. But the Erie Junior Otters will be in their white and yellow jerseys again. And then the Mustangs will be in their black jerseys. We have about a minute and a half left in warm-ups. Again, this is the second game of the doubleheader against the Erie Junior Otters for the 14U Mustangs. We came away with a 7-0 win for our first game. Our next game isn't until I think October 11th, so we've got some time off. And I think for that game, that weekend, I think I actually have to work, so I won't be broadcasting those games. So the pucks are sticking a little bit on the ice. Hopefully that'll get better as the ice dries. So we're coming to you from Meadville, so thankfully we didn't have to drive all the way to Erie. Still a long drive for us, but a little bit better than all the way to Erie. And that'll be the end of warm-up, so we're going to be cleaning up the pucks, getting ready to play. Hopefully the kids still have lots of energy. We have time in between the games, want to get something to eat quick as a team. Again, we're playing 14-minute periods instead of 15, and it looks like the penalties were 2 minutes last game, so I'm assuming they're going to be the same for this game. So the Otters are the first to break the huddle. They're going back over to their bench. Mustangs just break their huddle and they're heading over to the bench. So the Otters are getting set up on the ice. Mustangs are getting their last minute instructions over at the bench. And Whitfield's going to the net on our right. We're going to have Downey, Moore, Zoldy, Steer, and Williams off the Mustangs starting lineup. So 14 minutes up in the clock, puck drop. Steer will go back to collect this puck in the corner, sends it behind the net. Zoldy along the boards to try to get to this puck. Zoldy brings it through the neutral zone and dumps it down. Downey trying to get to that puck. The Otters send it over to the far wall, send it towards the middle. Zoldy tries to get that in, but he goes down. Downey putting pressure along that puck. The Otters bring it in. Good job by Downey and Williams to get that puck away. Williams sends it up and down, but that'll be icing. So 13:25 left in the first period. We'll face out to Winfield's right. We're going to have Eichfeld, Wideline, Billadou, Wilson, and I can't tell if that's Knob or Brooks over there. So the Otters send it towards the middle, wide line, gets it up and out to Billadu. Billadu tries to get it up, but it gets down to Eichfeld's stick. Eichfeld trying to get in, centering shot, deflected over towards the edge. Knob sends it back down towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld in the corner, comes away with that puck shot, saved by the goalie. Eichfeld comes around again, puck leaks out towards the wall. The Otters do get out into the neutral zone. Knob will pick up this puck, surveying, sends it up along the boards. The Otters are there to dump it back down, but they'll be offsides. So 12:53 left in the first period. Score is still 0-0. While the center ice face off. We're going to have Lugar, Wenzel, Downey, Wilson, and Knob. So Knob comes away with that puck, gets it to Downey. Downey with a shot, deflected by the Otters. Knob keeps this puck in, gets it down to Downey in the corner. Downey centers it, couldn't get a shot off. Wenzel with that puck, ooh, just deflected by the goalie. The Mustangs try to get this puck, but the Otters have it behind the net. The Otters try to get it up and around. The Otters send it up along the boards and then towards the middle. The Otters get it into our defensive zone. Wilson will go back to collect, sends it behind the net over towards Baker. The Otters send it back down before Wilson sends it up towards Baker. Baker to Conrad. Conrad into the offensive zone. Gets taken away by the Otters. The Otters bring it around towards the middle, but it's picked off by Baker. Baker tries to get a shot off, broken up by the Otters. The Otters send it up. Brooks will go back to collect, sends it up along the boards towards Baker. Baker has it in the middle, sends it to Sheehan. Sheehan back up to Baker. The Otters pick this off in the neutral zone. The Otters have a little bit of speed. Shot saved by Winfield and covered. So 11:28 left in the first period. Still 0-0. We'll have a face-off to the left of Winfield. We're going to have Conrad, Sheehan, Baker, Brooks, and I think that might be Williams behind the post. Conrad with the face-off goes back towards Williams. Williams hits that puck hard up and around, and that'll be icing. So we'll repeat the face-off. So Conrad with the face-off goes back to Williams. Williams around the boards again. Sheehan will go to try to collect it. Sheehan trying to get that puck up towards Conrad. Still fighting for that puck behind the post there. We do get it into the neutral zone. Baker with the puck gets it into the offensive zone. Over to Sheehan. Sheehan tries to change direction before he gets hit. Conrad poke checks this puck down. Gets it to Sheehan. Sheehan looking, gets it around. Sheehan trying to get it centered, but it's deflected by the Otters. The Otters send it up and around. Williams over along the boards to send it back down towards Sheehan. Williams keeps the puck in, dumps it back down again. The Otters send it around behind the net. Conrad deflects that, keeps it in, gets towards the middle towards Baker, but the Otters pick this up. The Otters have a neutral zone. Brooks takes away that puck, gets it to Baker, who gets it into the offensive zone. The Otters will have to regroup into the neutral zone. They dump it down wide of the net. Steer will collect, sends it back to Williams. Williams back towards Baker. Baker loses, or no, somebody else's stick is on the ice. The Otters have it. Baker sends it up in the middle towards Downey. Downey in pursuit of the puck. Otters cross ice pass before they dump it down. Wilson keeps that puck in the neutral zone before the Otters send it cross ice. Zoldy hits it up along the boards to Downey. Downey towards the middle towards Zoldy. The Otters pick this off. The Otters have some speed. Wilson putting pressure wide of the net. The Otters send it up, but Downey will pick this off. Downey gets it into the neutral zone. Downey around and dumps it down. Moore will get this puck along the boards into the corner, sends it behind the net. The Otters get this up along the far wall. Ooh, they just kind of let it sit there before they dump it down, and that'll be icing. So 9:16 left in the first period. Score still 0-0. We'll have face off down to the left of the goalie. Eichfeld wide line, Billadou, Knob, and Brooks out for the Mustangs. Eichfeld with this puck, fighting for it along the boards. The Otters do come up with it. Send it around the boards. Brooks is there to dump it back down towards wide line. The Otters take it behind the net, towards the middle, picked off by wide line. Wide line shot, deflected, saved by the goalie, and in. So wide line with the initial shot, the rebound gets out, and Billadou with a shot and in. So that'll put the Mustangs up on the board. So with 8:55 left in the first period, the Mustangs are ahead 1-0. So we're going to keep that line out there. Eichfeld with a face-off. The Otters come away with it momentarily before wide line hits that back in. The Otters do get it out into the neutral zone. Knob putting pressure along that puck. Eichfeld will pick this up and bring it out into the neutral zone. Eichfeld hits it up along the boards. The Otters send it back to their D to D pass. Otters serving, send it up along the boards. Broken up by Knob over towards Brooks. The Otters try to get it back down, but it's broken up by wide line. Brooks sends it towards Billadou and Eichfeld. Eichfeld around, shot and in. So I know that post was in the way, but Eichfeld picked up that puck, shot and in. So that'll put the Mustangs up on the board again. I'm going to try to move over a little bit to see if we can get a little bit better angle on that net there. So we're going to have Wenzel, Lugar, Downey, Williams, and Steer. So the puck goes back. Winfield will shed this to his left. Williams picks up the puck, sends it over towards Steer. Steer up the middle to Downey. Downey through the neutral zone. Downey gets it around that one player. Downey with the shot saved by the goalie. The Otters pick this up, send it into the neutral zone. Steer picks this up, sends it to Williams. Williams to Lugar, who tips it in before the Otters take it away. Back checking by Downey to break up that play. The Otters have it behind the net. Williams sends it back around behind the net. Steer will pick this up. Steer cross-ice pass over to Downey in the neutral zone. Downey gets past that player, dumps it for Wenzel. Wenzel over towards Lugar. Lugar tries to get a shot up, but it's broken up. Shot deflected. Oh, good try to get to that pass to Wenzel. Wenzel up to Williams. Williams with a shot just wide of the net. The puck wraps around. Steer keeps it in. Comes away with the puck momentarily before it gets broken up by the Otters. The Otters send it into the neutral zone. Pass. Otters come in. Ooh. So we're going to get a penalty on that. So we're going to get a slashing penalty against Williams. So that'll put the Mustangs on a penalty kill for 2 minutes. We got to get the net back on. So 7:01 left in the first period. The Mustangs are ahead 2-0. So the refs aren't helping with the net. Winfield's getting that net back in position. Now the refs are going over to help. Okay, so the net's back on. So Baker with the face-off goes back towards Brooks. Brooks changes directions behind the net, sends it over towards Baker. Baker gets that puck up towards Conrad. Conrad through the neutral zone. Conrad around that player. Poke check by the Otters to take it away. Wilson back on D as well as Brooks. The Otters bring it in. Cross-ice pass deflected by Conrad. shot, saved by Winfield. So the net was off again. So they'll fix the net. We have 6:36 left in the first period, 1:36 left on our penalty. So we're gonna have Moore, Zoldi, Wilson, Brooks out for our penalty kill line. Gonna face off to the left at Winfield. Moore with the face off. The Otters get it back up at the point. The Otters dump it down behind the net. Brooks will collect this puck. Changes directions, but it's deflected by the Otters. The Otters try to get it centered, deflected by the Mustangs. Deflected again. One-timer by the Otters. Didn't get much on it. Conrad gets that puck up and out, but that'll be icing. So 6:10 left in the first period. 1:10 left on our penalty. We're gonna have Sheehan, wide line, steer. The Otters with a puck shot, deflected wide of the net. Centering shot broken up by Sheehan. Knob will pick this puck up, hits it hard up along the boards. It does leak out into the neutral zone. The Otters will have to regroup. Sheehan in pursuit of this puck. The Otters cross-ice pass and get it in. Chipped up by Knob. The Otters have it in the zone, dump it wide of the net. Steer will go back to collect this, takes it behind the net. Steer up along the boards. Otters keep it in, shot over the net, high off the glass. Knob will pick this up, dumps it up towards Sheehan. The Otters have control of this, but Sheehan putting some pressure. Good job by Sheehan, continue to put pressure. Broken up by Wilson. Knob picks up this puck, sends it around the boards to wide line. Wide line tries to get this puck up along the boards. The Otters do come away with it at the point. Blocked by Knob. Wide line picks up this puck. Wide line has one man to beat, and then the other man just came off the bench. Wide line into the middle, couldn't get a shot off before the Otters broke that up. Wilson will collect the puck in the neutral zone. Looking, gets it over towards Baker. Baker dumps it down after he gains the red line. Williams in pursuit of the puck, breaks up that puck behind the net. Williams still fighting for that puck. The puck leaks up towards Wilson. Wilson dumps it back down to, I think that's Conrad. Conrad centers it. It's still sitting there. The Otters pick it up. The Otters through the neutral zone, gets it around. Oh, they lost the puck, so couldn't get a shot off. It's picked off by Williams. Williams through the neutral zone. Williams with a shot deflected wide by the Otters. Williams will pick up his rebound. Still fighting for the puck along with Baker. Gets it towards Conrad in the middle. Conrad drops it for Knob. Knob with a shot, saved by the goalie. So both teams are back to full strength. We have 4:02 left in the first period. The Mustangs are winning 2-0. We're going to have wide line, Billadu, Eichfeld, Steer, and Knob. And the face off to the right of the goalie. Eichfeld with that face off goes wide line with a shot just wide of the net. Billadu fighting for this puck along the boards. Eichfeld fighting for that puck as well. Eichfeld and Billadu fighting, but the Otters come up with it. The Otters bring it through. Poke checked out to the corner by wide line. Knob picks this puck up, drops it towards wide line, but the Otters pick it up. The Otters get it towards the middle, broken up by Billadu, and we're going to get a penalty.
Good hit.
So it looks like Eichfeld's going to be going to the box. She was pointing to her knee, so maybe for kneeing or I'm not really sure what the penalty was called for by the ref's motions, but we're going to be on a penalty kill for 2 minutes. The Otters with this puck towards the middle, broken up by the Mustangs. Knob still fighting for that puck, gets blocked by Downey off the side of the net. The Otters have this puck and dump it down behind the net. The Otters will pick it up, looking to center, but it gets broken up by Knob. The Otters have it behind the net, dump it around. Centering pass, they couldn't connect. Over along the boards. Good job by Lugar with that hit to break up the play. Still trying to get that. We're going to get another penalty for, it looks like, slashing. So Knob's going to go to the box for 2 minutes for slashing. So we still have a minute 18 on our first penalty, 2 minutes for the next penalty. So we're going to be a 3-on-5 penalty kill.
6 wasn't even there. What the hell?
Although for some reason they're having the face-off outside the zone. Brooks picks this puck up and it goes up into the benches. So we're going to have Wilson, Moore, and Brooks out there. Brooks will go back, sends it across ice into the neutral zone, bounces off the wall. The Otters will pick this up. Again, the Mustangs are on a 3-on-5 penalty kill. The Otters have it in the neutral zone. Bring it in, dump it down. Brooks will go behind the net to pick this up, sends it around, but the Otters keep it in. The Otters looking to center it, saved by Winfield and covered. So we have 2:16 left in the first period. The Mustangs are ahead 2-0. We have 44 seconds left on our first penalty, a minute 27 left on our second penalty. We're going to have Bilodeau, Williams, and I think that's Steer back there. And face off to Winfield's right. So the puck goes back towards the Otters. Bilodeau tries to break that up. The Otters do come away with it. Sorry, it's behind that post there. Shot deflected off the Otters. Bilodeau will pick this up, brings it through the neutral zone, gets it around that player before he gets taken down. The goalie tries to play it, but missed. The Otters will bring this up through the neutral zone. They lose their stick. Bilodeau poke checks that away. The Otters try to center it, goes off the Steer's skates. Broken up by the Mustangs. Bilodeau jumps it down on net, so the goalie will have to play it, so no icing. We still have 8 seconds left on our first penalty. Bilodeau trying to break up that play. Brooks does break up that play momentarily. The Otters come away with it. The Otters with a shot, saved by Winfield. Rebound, saved by Winfield. So good saves there by Winfield. 1:29 left in the second, or left in the first period. We are now on a 4-on-5 penalty kill for 39 seconds. So it looks like we have Conrad, Eichfeld, Brooks, and Whiteline. So Brooks hits that puck hard up along the boards towards the blue line. Whiteline tries to get it out, but he goes down. The Otters do keep it in. Brooks tries to get this puck out as well. Poke checked out by Eichfeld. Eichfeld has some speed through the neutral zone, but he's got 3 Otters on him. Eichfeld's trying to stick with this puck. He gets hung up along the boards. Bilodeau in assistance. Bilodeau trying to get it around. Bilodeau dumps it down towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. Eichfeld behind the net. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. Bilodeau comes in to poke check it back towards the near corner. The Otters send it up and across ice. Wilson will pick this up, sends it up along the boards. We get it into the neutral zone. Brooks comes away with it, has some speed. Brooks changes directions, gets it up towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld looking to dump it down. Eichfeld gets hit along the boards. Downey keeps that puck in. Downey keeping on the blue line, gets over towards Brooks. Brooks tries to get a shot off, but it's deflected by the Otters. Downey will regroup in the neutral zone. Downey has some speed, brings it in around that player. Downey with a backhanded shot saved by the goalie. Downey tries to get the rebound in and saved by the goalie. I do apologize, guys. That was a bad angle on my fault. So we have 0.9 seconds left in the first period. We are back to full strength with Williams, Steer, Downey, Wenzel, and I think Lugar. Yep. That'll be the end of the first period. At the end of the first period, the Mustangs are winning 2-0. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We're gonna mute you and put up our screensaver for the intermission. Okay, so we're getting ready to start the second period. Winfield's going to the net on our left. We have Downey, Wenzel, Lugar, Williams, and Wilson out for the Mustangs. So Downey with the face-off goes back towards the Otters. Williams sends this up along the boards. The Otters dump it back down to the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass broken up by Lugar. Lugar sticks with his puck and dumps it down, tipped to the side of the goalie. The Otters hit this puck hard up along the boards, but kept in by the Mustangs momentarily. The Otters do send it cross ice. Williams will come over along the boards to pick this up and send it along the boards. The Otters do dump it back down. Williams takes it behind the net, over towards Wenzel. Unfortunately, a little bit too much. On there, it goes off of Downey's skates. The Otters do get it. Dumped down towards Williams. Williams surveying, sends it up towards Lugar. The Otters dump it back down. Williams sends it up along the boards to Lugar. Lugar to Downey. Downey through the neutral zone, over towards Wenzel. Unfortunately, that got picked off. Downey trying to keep that puck in. The Otters do get it out into the neutral zone. The Otters with a little bit of speed. Wilson back on D. Williams breaks up that puck behind the net and up to a streaking Eichfeld. Eichfeld tips it, so it won't be icing. Eichfeld brings it around behind the net. Eichfeld surveying. Eichfeld drop passes it to Knob. Knob back to Eichfeld. Eichfeld surveying. Shot towards Lugar. Couldn't connect there. Lugar picks it up behind the net towards Wenzel. The Otters have this through the neutral zone. Poke check by Knob. And that'll be offsides. So we have 12:10 left in the second period. The Mustangs are still winning 2-0. We're going to have more Zoldy. Brooks, Knob, and Eichfeld. Eichfeld will take the face off, goes back to the Otters who jump it down. Brooks will go behind the net to pick up this puck, sends it around the boards. More trying to get to this puck, gets it around that player. More gets around the other player. More brings it into the neutral zone. Moore tries to get it in, but it's poke checked by the Otters. Knob sends it D to D to Brooks. Brooks up to Zoldi. Zoldi dumps it along the boards. Zoldi in pursuit. Gets to Moore. Moore over to Zoldi. Zoldi trying to get a backhanded shot off, saved by the goalie. Eichfeld tries to get to that puck. The Otters do take it away behind the net. Good job by Eichfeld to keep with that puck, but the Otters do change directions. Brooks keeps that puck in and dumps it down momentarily. The Otters get it out, but that should be icing. So 11:19 left in the second period. The Mustangs are winning 2-0. We're going to have Conrad, Sheehan, Wilson, Steer, and Baker. So Conrad with the face-off goes towards Baker, and Wilson shot, saved by the goalie, over along the boards. The Otters have a little bit of speed through the neutral zone. Sheehan and Steer break up that puck. Centering pass, couldn't connect with anybody. The Otters center it again. Backhanded shot, saved by Winfield. So we'll face off to the left of Winfield. Wilson, Steer, Sheehan, Conrad, and Baker. Steer will pick up this puck, tries to get it out, deflects high up. The Otters glove it down, but Steer will come away with it. Steer to Baker in the neutral zone. Baker brings it in. Drop passes it for Sheehan. Sheehan with a shot, saved by the goalie. The puck leaks around the far boards. Conrad keeps that puck in, dumps it down towards Sheehan, gets into the neutral zone. Brooks sends it back up before the Otters take it away. The Otters jump it down. Steer will pick up this puck, sends it along the boards to, I think that was Baker. Baker up towards Conrad. Conrad dumps it down towards Sheehan. The Otters bring it behind the net. Good job by Sheehan to break up that play. Sheehan gets it towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it into the middle before the Otters poke check that away. Billadou tries to get to that puck. Wilson putting pressure along that puck. The Otters bring it in. Shot saved by Winfield. Wide line picks that up momentarily. Billadou breaks up that play as well. The Otters have this puck before it gets taken away by Eichfeld. Eichfeld up towards Billadou. Tipped, so no icing. Eichfeld breaks up that play. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck along the back boards. Billadou in assistance. Billadou comes away with the puck momentarily. Billadou and Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. Wide line comes in as well. Eichfeld still hung up along the boards. Wide line comes away with it momentarily. Goes towards Billadou. Billadou tries to get a shot off, but got deflected. The Otters do come up with it. The Otters cross-ice pass picked off by Wide line. Wide line dumps it down for Williams. Williams takes it into the corner. Williams brings it out into the neutral zone. Williams with a shot wide of the net. Wide line will go over along the boards to try and pick this up. Billadou poke checks it in, but the Otters try to get it out, and they do. Williams will pick this up and hits it along the boards towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it in. Eichfeld with a shot deflected by the Otters. Williams tries to get a shot off, deflected by the Otters. Wide line over along the boards to try and break up that play. The Otters send it around behind the net. Billadou along the boards. Downey keeps that puck in. Downey tries to get over towards wide line, but it gets deflected out, and that'll be icing. So we have 8:12 left in the second period. The Mustangs are still ahead 2-0. We're going to have Lugar, Brooks, Downey, Steer, and Wenzel. So down at the faceoff goes towards the middle. The Otters pick this off. Brooks keeps that puck in before the Otters bring it into the neutral zone. Broken up by Steer, who sends it up to Downey. Downey has some room. Downey back. Oh, he tried to get a backhand shot off. Couldn't quite get it there. Downey dumps it with a shot. Wenzel towards Downey. Steer will pick this up. Gets poke checked by the Otters. The Otters have this with some speed through neutral zone. Good job by Lugar to poke check that up. Good hit by Lugar to bring up that play. Shot saved by Winfield. Brooks will come up with that puck. So Lugar is going to be going to the box. It looks like he might be getting a head contact.
Good hit, Nate!
Looks like they're saying he raised his arms.
It says 14U!
So it looks like it might be a 10-2. They're saying he raised his arms for head contact.
You're allowed to check! Just so you know! Hell yeah!
So we have 7:26 left in the second period.
She's calling hit to the head, and he's over there going like this. What is it?
So the refs are still talking.
Good hit making the check. She was like this morning. All the time she feels like he should know what she called. She doesn't even know who she called it on. 2! That's horrible!
Yeah, so it looks like
Horrible!
we are getting another one into the box, so it must have been a 10-2. Yeah, so the ref was saying that he lifted his arms and had head contact. For the replay, it looks like it might have been a good hit, but obviously we have to go by the ref. It looks like it's like a shoulder hit. But we go by the ref's decision. So we're going to be on a penalty kill for 2 minutes. 7:26 left. Mustangs are still ahead 2-0. The puck hits up and out. Downey will go to get this puck, but that'll be icing. So we have Steer, Wenzel, Downey, and Brooks out on our penalty kill line on the face-off to the right of Winfield. So Downey with that puck goes towards Steer. Steer hits it up and out of the rink. We're going to redo that face-off. The Otters come away with it, but it gets poke checked by Steer. Steer behind the net. It's broken up by Brooks. Brooks fighting for this puck. Brooks comes away with it. Brooks towards the middle. Brooks sends it up along the boards, but that'll be icing. So we still have 1:29 left on our penalty. 6:55 left in the second period. The Mustangs are ahead 2-0. We're going to have Moore, Zoldy, Wilson, and Knob out for the Mustangs. So Moore at the faceoff goes over towards Knob. Knob hits that up. Zoldy tries to get it shot. So unfortunately, the Otters get that puck over to the right side shot and in on that penalty kill. So that'll put the Otters on the board. We have 6:49 left in the second period, so that should take the penalty off. We should be back to full strength. We're going to have Knob, Moore, Eichfeld, Zoldy, and I think Wilson. So Knob sends his puck up along the boards. Puck goes down towards Zoldy. Knob will pick this up. Knob sends it up, deflected by the Otters, but into Moore's stick. Goes over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld to Moore. And we're going to get offsides. So we're going to have a face-off to this near dot. I do apologize. This is the worst possible angle. Eichfeld's going to take the face-off. Gets down into the zone. The Otters will pick this up, send it around behind the net. Zoldy over along the boards. Break up that play. Eichfeld and Zoldy fighting for that puck along the boards. Eichfeld comes up with it. Momentarily, Moore keeps it in and dumps it back down. And we're going to get a penalty against that hit on Moore.
2 and 10! 2 and 10! Give him 20.
So the Otters are going to go to the box for that penalty. So the refs are talking about this as well. Hopefully Moore's okay. So we're going to have Eichfeld, Steer, Downey, wide line, and Billadou on our power play line. So 6:05 left in the second period. We're going to be on the penalty for 2 minutes. Or sorry, power play for 2 minutes. So Eichfeld at the face-off goes back to Steer. Steer gets it towards Billadou. Billadou brings it around, drops it for Eichfeld. Eichfeld tries to get it towards the middle. The Otters do get it out. Quick pursuit. The Otters come away with it. Shot. Back checked by Downey. So we're going to get another penalty here. Tensions are definitely higher in this game than in the first game. So it looks like we're going to do a penalty shot for that penalty. So the Otters are going to have a penalty shot chance for that penalty. The rest where we're talking to the scoreboard. So I know that I've had many games of hockey where there's been no penalty shots, and we had a penalty shot last weekend and a penalty shot this weekend. We're trying to get everything sorted out. There's 5:48 left in the second period. The Mustangs are still winning 2-1.
Make a decision!
Okay, so penalty shot for the Otters. 5-on-4 because there should still be 1:43 left on the Otters penalty. So we have Eichfeld, Billadu, wide line, Downey, and Steer.
Come on! Drop it!
So Eichfeld with the face-off goes over towards wide line. Steer sends this down. Eichfeld trying to get around the ref. Eichfeld brings it in. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. The Otters send it up and into the neutral zone. Downey picks this puck up. Brings it up through the neutral zone. Downey with that puck. The Otters send it out. Steer picks up this puck, gets it towards Downey. Downey brings it around. Downey tries to get a shot off, broken up by the Otters. Billadu with a shot gets quick checked by the Otters. Nice hit by Steer to break up that play. Eichfeld fighting to get to this puck, and he is the first one to it.
Come on! What are you doing?
So even the opposing team is getting frustrated with the refs for these penalties. So both sides getting frustrated for these hits and penalties being called. So Steer's going to go to the box for 2 minutes. Wait, I guess Baker's going to the... So it must be a 2 and 10 again.
It's horrible! You're off! Let him play!
I'm not really sure what's going on here, but it looks like we're going to be...
10 you were under!
Or maybe they're... I don't know, it's 3-on-4, so they do have 2 penalties up on the board for us, so I'm not sure what's going on, but nice save by Winfield. So they have 2 penalties for the Mustangs up on the board for 2 minutes. And we're 4-on-3 because there's still 51 seconds left on the Otters penalty. Downey will pick up this puck, brings it through. Downey with a shot. It looked like it was in, but they called it off. So the refs called off that goal. Brooks sends this up towards Downey. Downey in through the neutral zone. He gets tripped. The Otters come up with this puck. The Otters have to wait till they get back on side since they were on a change. Downey with a good poke check to try and break up that play. Knob gets this puck into the neutral zone. The Otters send this up and out. And that'll be icing. So there's still 8 seconds left on the Otters penalty, 1:09 on both of the Mustangs penalties. 4:13 left in the second period. The score is tied 2-2. We have Wilson, Eichfeld, and Williams out for the Mustangs. Is that the other ref called that goal where the puck went in and hit the back of the net and then bounced out a goal, where the other ref called it off. But I don't know. I'm a little bit lost about what's going on in this game. I do apologize. I don't know what's going on.
No, he's going out. No.
now the refs are talking again. So I'm not sure if it actually is going to count as a goal or not as a goal.
Coach game play for football.
We should have the Jeopardy music replaying for all these times for the ref discussions. Everybody can just play it in their heads. So I'll let you guys know what's going on once I figure out what's going on.
Sorry if I'm yelling. Dave's louder.
Yeah, everyone's yelling, both sides. Hopefully at least it's some entertainment for your Saturday afternoon. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Some late afternoon hockey. Hopefully everybody else's games that they're playing this weekend are going well. I know, heard lots of siblings from multiple different teams are playing soccer, so hopefully their soccer games are going well today. Some cheering for football games. Some volleyball games.
Replay, please.
So we're still just trying to figure stuff out, I think. So they did put that goal up on the board, so the Mustangs are ahead 3-2. The Mustangs still have the 2 penalties. There's 4 seconds left on the Otters penalty. Eichfeld poke checks that puck up. The Otters keep it in. Eichfeld comes away with the puck. Eichfeld has some room. Poke checked by the Otters. Eichfeld trying to get to this puck. Williams in the middle breaks up that play. Has to wait for Eichfeld to get back on sides. He slides on sides and they dump the puck. Otters send it cross ice. The Otters send it cross ice again in the neutral zone. Back cross ice again. Broken up. And Williams will pick this up. Dumps it down. The Otters keep it in. Shot over the net. Williams picks up this puck, hits it around the boards. I think that's Wilson that was trying to get that up and out and does. Eichfeld fighting to get to this puck. Eichfeld poke checks it in, but the Otters do get it back out into the neutral zone. Shot wide of the net. Now all of a sudden, there's another penalty on the board for the Otters, but I don't know where that came from. Shot by Downey over the net. So Downey sends it over to Steer. Steer with a shot off the side of the net in the goalie's glove. The Otters send it up. The Otters do get it out. Brooks in pursuit of this puck. Nice poke check by Brooks to get that puck up and out. Downey with a poke check to get this puck still in the neutral zone. Brooks will go back to collect. Brooks tries to get this puck up and out and does. Brooks dumps it down after he gains the red line. So somehow the Otters had another penalty up on the board. So there's 8 seconds on that penalty. So we are on 5-on-4 power play. Wenzel dumps it to Conrad. Conrad tries to get it to Downey. Conrad dumps it towards the net. Wenzel tries to break up the play. The Otters send it up and around. We have 1:56 left in the second period. Brooks tries to keep it in, but it does bounce out. Brooks collects, surveying, poke check by the Otters. Knob sends it over towards the boards. Brooks will pick this up behind the net in the corner. Sends it up, but the Otters keep it in. The Otters have it at the point. Poke check by Downey. Bodies down in front of the net in front of Winfield. Downey does get it up and out into the neutral zone. Downey tries to get it past that player. The Otters send it up, but good job by Downey to keep it in momentarily. Nice poke check by Knob. The Otters bring it into the zone. Knob fighting for this puck. The puck does leak behind the net. Wenzel will pick this up. Wenzel sends it hard up towards Conrad, but the Otters pick this off. The Otters there. Downey will collect it. Downey tries to get it up and out, but it goes out of the net. So we have 58.9 seconds left in the second period. The Mustangs are winning 3-2. I do apologize about all this confusion here in this second period. So we have Baker, Sheehan, Conrad, Williams, and Wilson. So the puck goes back towards Williams. Williams sends it around towards Sheehan. Sheehan skating to get to this puck, and it'll be icing. So 49.8 seconds left in the second period. Hopefully we can just get the second period over with, regroup, everybody get back in the game after all those delays. So Conrad with the face-off goes back towards Williams. Williams hits it behind the net. The Otters will pick this up. Sheehan and Wilson fighting for this puck. Conrad fighting for the puck as well. Conrad sends it up and gets it out of the zone. Baker trying to get to this puck. The Otters dump it back down. The Otters keep it in off their shin pads. Conrad will pick up the puck, dumps it out into the neutral zone. The Otters have to regroup. 22 seconds left. The Otters bring it in. The Otters with a shot, saved by Winfield. Wilson will pick this up, brings it around, dumps it up along the boards. Williams sends it up along the boards as well. Sheehan tries to get to it. The Otters shot off the side of the net, and that'll be the end of the second period. So at the end of the second period, the Mustangs are winning 3-2. Let's just forget about that second period, regroup, and restart for the third period. So we're going to put up the intermission. Okay, we're getting ready to start the third period. Thanks everybody who's been hanging tough with us during this game. So we have 14 minutes up on the clock to start the third period. The Mustangs are winning 3-2. We have Brooks, wide line, Billaju, Steer, and Eichfeld out for the Mustangs. So Eichfeld face-off goes back towards the Otters. The Otters over along the boards. Brooks will pick this up. Surveying, dumps it up the boards to Eichfeld. Eichfeld brings it through the neutral zone. Eichfeld gets it towards Billadoo. The Otters come away with it. Poke check by Brooks. Steer hits his puck up towards Eichfeld. The Otters center, but it gets taken away by Brooks. Brooks has some speed through the neutral zone. Brooks gets hit into the boards, gets it to Billadoo. Broken up by the Otters. The Otters send it up. Williams tries to, or Wideline tries to keep it in, but the Otters do get it out. The Otters get a shot saved by Winfield. Steer fighting for this puck along the boards. Steer will pick up the puck, sends it hard up and out into the neutral zone. The Otters have to regroup. They're going to be offsides. So we have 13:03 left in the third period. We're going to have a center ice face-off. So we have Downey, Zoldi, Wenzel, Knob, and Williams. Shot saved by the goalie. So Downey with the face-off, comes up with the puck. Downey gets it down towards Wenzel. Wenzel back to Downey, Downey back to Wenzel. Wenzel with a shot saved by the goalie. Zoldi tries to get that shot off, deflected over the net. Downey sends it behind the net, and he gets hit along the boards. Williams in here to keep that puck in. Williams comes away with the puck towards the middle. Williams with a shot wide of the net. The Otters will pick this up in the far corner, send it around the boards. Downey is there to keep it in and dumps it down towards Wenzel. Wenzel fighting for that puck in the blind corner. Wenzel and Downey fighting for that puck. Can't quite see what's going on down there. Downey comes away with the puck. It's broken up by the Otters, who send it around the boards. Knob will keep this in, dumps it back down towards Wenzel. Wenzel towards the middle, gets broken up by the Otters and hit over to the opposite corner. The Otters try to get it out, and they do get it into the neutral zone. Goes wide of the net, and that'll be icing. So 11:46 left in the third period. We have Conrad, Baker, Brooks, Sheehan, and I think that's Wilson over there. Conrad at the faceoff goes to Sheehan. Sheehan tries to get a shot off, blocked by the Otters. The puck does leak out. Wilson will go back to collect. Wilson takes it behind the net, regroups. Wilson has this puck, dumps it down, but that'll be icing. So we have Baker, Sheehan, Conrad, Brooks, and Wilson, I think, still out there. So the Otters dump it down behind the net. Brooks will go along the corner to pick up this puck. Brooks gets it to Baker. Baker up towards Conrad. And that'll be icing. So 11:11 left in the third period. So Conrad with that face-off, comes away with the puck. Conrad gets it up into the neutral zone. The Otters will go to collect. The Otters send it back down. Brooks will go into the corner, no icing. Brooks takes it behind the net. Brooks over towards Sheehan along the boards. It's deflected by the Otters. Brooks does get it out. Brooks has some speed through the neutral zone. Brooks with a shot wide of the net. Conrad dumps that puck, Baker dumps that puck down. Baker dumps the puck down again. Otters send it around the boards and get it into the neutral zone. The Otters do have some speed. Shot saved by Winfield. Steer will pick up this puck, but the Otters take it back. The Otters bring it behind the net, centering pass, couldn't connect. They do have it at the point. Shot deflected by Baker. Centering pass picked up by Steer. Steer dumps it into the neutral zone. The Otters have to regroup. Eichfeld comes off the bench. Eichfeld with this puck dumps it down into the corner. Moore fighting for this puck in the corner along with Eichfeld. Eichfeld comes away with it. Poke checked by the Otters and up. Steer sends it down and around. Zoldy in the corner gets it towards Moore. Moore dumps it back down. Moore along the boards. The Otters send it up and do get it out. And that'll be icing. So we have 9:20 left in the third period. The Mustangs are still winning 3-2. They have Eichfeld, Billadu, Wide Line, Knob, and Wilson. So Eichfeld with a face-off, shot deflected by the Otters. Otters pick up this puck. Eichfeld keeps that puck in, gets it towards Billadu. The Otters do poke check it out. Billadu sends it back down just as Eichfeld gets back on the sides. Otters get it out into the neutral zone. Knob regroups as the Mustangs get back on sides. Wilson dumps it down around the boards. Eichfeld comes away with the puck, centering pass towards Billadu. Oh, unfortunately couldn't get the shot off. Wilson dumps it down to try to get the shot off, broken up by the Otters. The Otters get it out into the neutral zone, dumps it down. Wilson will pick up this puck. Wilson behind the net, hits the puck around towards wide line. The Otters do come away with it before Knob picks it off. Knob sends it into the neutral zone. Billadu brings that puck in. Billadu still fighting for this puck. Poke checked out to the corner by the Otters. Eichfeld over towards the middle. Couldn't get a shot off wide line with another shot just over the net. Knob trying to keep that puck in. Eichfeld with a slap shot. Nice slap shot by Eichfeld. Good glove save by the goalie. So 8:03 left in the third period. The Mustangs are still winning 3-2. So we're going to have Williams, Downey, Wenzel, Steer, and Lugar. So the Otters hit that puck up along the boards. They do get it out into the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass, broken up by Downey momentarily. Lugar comes away with this puck. Lugar brings it in. Lugar with a shot saved by the goalie. Lugar will go back to get his rebound. Sends it up towards Williams at the point. Williams dumps it back down. The Otters come away with it, get it into neutral ice. Steer breaks that up, gets it towards Downey. Downey trying to get it towards Lugar. Lugar up towards Wenzel. Wenzel brings it into the offensive zone. Wenzel drop passes it to Lugar. Lugar tries to get a shot off, deflected off of the Otters. Downey dumps it down towards Lugar. Lugar still fighting for that puck in the blind corner. Lugar and Downey fighting for that puck. Lugar comes away with it behind the net. Lugar still trying to fight for it, sends it up to Steer at the point. Steer with a slap shot, saved by the goalie. Nice slap shot there. Downey will pick up this puck. Downey's circling, gets it over towards Mustangs. Nice shot deflected, saved by the goalie. Good job by Wenzel to bat that one out of the air. The Otters send it around. Wenzel Bringing it around, Lenzo into the middle, tries to get a shot off and saved by the goalie. So 6:21 left in the third period. Mustangs are still ahead, 3-2. We have Conrad, Baker, Sheehan, Brooks, and Knob. Conrad with the faceoff goes to Baker. Baker with the shot saved by the goalie. Puck goes around behind the net. Sheehan over along the boards, broken up by the Otters. Knob will collect the puck. Knob still fighting for the puck along the boards, gets it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan still fighting for this puck, centers it towards Conrad. Broken up by the Otters. And we're going to get a hooking penalty. So it looks like the Otters are going to go to the box for 2 minutes for hooking. So we have 5:54 left in the third period, so we're going to go on a power play for 2 minutes. We have Lugar, Eichfeld, Bildu, Steer, and Downey on a face-off to the left of the goalie. Eichfeld with the face-off comes away with it, gets it over towards Lugar. Lugar with a shot. That was a good save by the goalie. Eichfeld centers it. Lugar trying to get that rebound and covered. So some good shots by the Mustangs in that series. So it looks like they never started the clock. So no time actually ran off. So it looks like they're going to have the clock maybe run off a little bit, as they never started the clock for that series. We really need this Jeopardy song for this broadcast, with all the delays and stops we've had. Okay. Looks like they aren't going to run any time off. They're just going to re-go. So Bildu back to Steer. Steer over towards Downey. And they still didn't start. I don't know what's going on. So I guess the clock is running, but the penalty isn't running. So Eichfeld with that puck, still fighting for this puck. Bildu comes away with it. Bildu over towards Lugar. Lugar with a beautiful shot. That goalie was all reflex. That was a beautiful shot by Lugar, but excellent save by that goalie. That was all reflex. Went up and hit the roof there. So there's 5:17 left in the third period. The time is running off the clock, but there's no time running off the penalty. So I'm assuming that they just are keeping track of what time the player is going to come out of the box. So Eichfeld with that face-off, tries to get a shot off, deflected by the Otters. Steer dumps that puck down before he gets hit. Bildu keeps his puck in, tries to get it over towards Lugar, but it's deflected. Lugar tries to get it centered, but it's deflected. Downey sends that towards Lugar. Lugar to Eichfeld. Eichfeld behind the net, over towards Lugar. Lugar sends it up. Unfortunately, it leaks out. Downey will go back to collect. Downey sends it to Bildu in neutral ice. Bildu towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. He does keep it in before. Oh, he keeps it in again. Eichfeld tries to get a shot off, broken up by the Otters. Downey keeps it in. Downey around, choke check by the Otters. Downey with some speed to get to this puck. Downey over towards Steer. Steer back towards Downey. Downey through the neutral zone. Downey with a backhanded shot saved by the goalie. Downey and Eichfeld fighting for that puck. Downey centers it. Lugar with a shot. Rebound by Zoldi and covered by the goalie. So I think the coaches are saying 6 seconds left on that penalty for the Otters. So we should still be a power play for 6 seconds, theoretically, if the coaches are right. 4 minutes left in the third period. So Moore with the faceoff goes over towards Zoldi. Zoldi tries to get it center with a shot off. The puck leaks up towards Brooks. Brooks in the corner, goes over towards wide line. Wide line behind the net, tries to do a wraparound save by the goalie. The Otters come away with it. Looks like we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Zoldi keeps that puck in. Zoldi tries to get a shot off. Broken up by the Otters, who do send it up and out. Knob will go back to collect. Hits it over towards the boards. Knob will pick this up over along the boards. Knob still fighting for the puck. The puck leaks up. Wide line picks it up in the neutral zone. Wide line trying to get around those players. Wide line passes it over. Moore keeps it in. Moore dumps it down. The Otters hit this puck hard up and out, and that should be icing. So we have 3:08 left in the third period. The score is still 3-2 in favor of the Mustangs. We're going to have Williams, Wilson, Conrad, Baker, and Sheehan. So Conrad with the face-off. The puck leaks up to Williams. Williams at the point, shot wide of the net. Sheehan over along the boards to break up that play. The Otters send it up. Wilson keeps it in, shot wide of the net. Baker dumps it back down to Sheehan. Sheehan behind the net. And we're going to get a stoppage of play. We have an Otters player on the ice. Hopefully they're okay. So Baker was checking on that Otters player. The Otters player is up. Some good sportsmanship there. I think that player just went hard into the boards. So 2:47 left in the third period. Conrad, Baker, Sheehan, Williams, and Wilson. Conrad with face-off goes to Baker. Baker back towards Williams. Williams with a shot, saved by the goalie, and covered. So Conrad with the face-off. The Otters come away with it, but Baker picks that off and sends it back down towards Conrad. Conrad brings it behind the net. Conrad serving, dumps it down to Sheehan. The Otters will pick this up and send it around the boards again. Sheehan over along the boards, fighting for this puck. Conrad as well. Wilson keeps it in, tries to get a shot off, deflected by the Otters. Baker is there to dump it down. Baker and Sheehan fighting for this puck along the corner. The Otters come away with it, send it to the opposite corner, picked off by Conrad. Conrad to Sheehan. Sheehan around that player before he gets hit. Sheehan comes up with the puck, tries to get a shot off, and stoppage of play. Nets off. So 1:52 left in the third period. The Mustangs are still winning 3-2. Wide line, Eichfeld, Bilodeau, Steer, and Knob. So Eichfeld with the face-off, puck still sitting on the red dot. Eichfeld fighting for this puck along the boards. Eichfeld still fighting for the puck, comes away with it momentarily. The Otters do try to get it up and they get it into the neutral zone. The Otters have a little bit of speed. Good job by Knob and wide line to break up that play. Eichfeld with a hit to break up that play. The Otters try to center. It gets broken up by Billadou. Billadou tries to get it up along the boards. We have 1:23 left. Eichfeld tries to get to that puck, but that'll be icing. So 1:19 left in the third period. We'll face off to the right of Winfield. So we have Knob, Steer, Eichfeld, Billadou, and wide line. So the puck goes towards Billadou. The Otters send it back down. Steer sends it around behind the net. Wide line fighting for this puck along the boards. Knob picks up this puck, sends it around. Wide line centering it over towards Billadou. Billadou gets it out into the neutral zone to Eichfeld. Eichfeld along the boards. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. We have 49 seconds left. Wide line over along the boards, gets it to Billadou. Billadou turns around over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with one timer just over the net, deflected. Wide line sends it up towards Wilson. Wilson keeps it in and dumps it back down. Wilson still fighting for that puck along the board. We have 29 seconds left. Billadou comes away with the puck. Billadou trying to get around behind the net. Wraparound shot saved by the goalie. We have 20 seconds left. The puck does leak into the neutral zone. Brooks will pick this up, sends it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld dumps it on net, saved by the goalie. 8 seconds left. The Otters pick this up. The Otters have it in the neutral zone. 4 seconds left. Downey will collect it, and that'll be the end of the game. So at the end of the game, the Mustangs did win 3-2. Definitely an interesting game. Long day for the Mustangs. Lots of good hockey. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, I think our next game isn't until October 11th. I think we have one October 11th, or 2 October 11th, I think 1 October 12th. I do have to work that weekend, so I will not be broadcasting. So I'll be watching from home with you guys, but I don't think we'll have anybody that will be able to broadcast. But thank you everybody for tuning in today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week.